There are 7 principles through which cooperatives express their values and identity. The 6th cooperative principle says that cooperatives are better off when they work together instead of competing against one another. The Northwest Food Hub Network is a collaboration among 3 farmer-owned food hub cooperatives: Puget Sound Food Hub, Link Foods, and Western Montana Growers Cooperative. Mission West is a community development organization that's really dedicated to strengthening local economies, rural communities across Western Montana, and through projects like this one across the greater Northwest region. To this project in particular, we bring a wealth of experience in everything from value-added food production to farmer-owned cooperative development to cooperative food purchasing for local schools. Our cooperative model is really built around a local-first sourcing approach that minimizes food miles and keeps purchasing dollars local. A distinguishing feature of our network is that all 3 of our food hubs are farmer-owned cooperatives. All the profits that we earn are shared among our producers and reinvested to sustain and strengthen their cooperative enterprises over time.
The name of my farm is Royal Produce Farms. From the very beginning, it has been a family farm. I do think that the small family farm is high risk. But I think we are at the point that we can grow a little bit faster, and especially with the help of organizations like Link. We can plan our crops a little bit better and focus on those things the Link wants so that we can provide a really good product and we can dedicate the time to it. It's very motivating. It gives me a different angle to look at farming and the possibilities for the future. I want to help the co-op as much as I can and be a proud member of it and provide them with the best food possible.
Link Foods is local inland Northwest co-op. We had the goal for a long time to fill in seasonal gaps through regional trading, and it's happened. We had to come through a lot of, considerations about logistics. Who's gonna drive? When are those routes gonna connect us? And how do we schedule our sales around that? With this kind of networking, we get to learn from each other. And that in itself has led to some great insights about just how to more effectively do the kind of work that we're all coming to with different perspectives.
We've always recognized that in order for local food to be the norm, it has to scale up on a regional basis. Local Food Marketplace is an online sales platform for farms and food hubs. We were invited to the project to be the technology backbone for the Northwest Food Hub Network so that each of the food hubs would be able to buy and sell from each other and share their inventory. Because the hubs are now able to source product from each other, they're getting products that they wouldn't otherwise have access to from just that one hub.
We faced some challenges around seasonality, and that when we have the most supply available, schools aren't in session. To be able to serve local food to our students throughout the winter months, Mission West is really focused on creating value-added products that take fresh seasonal produce and package it into shelf-stable, frozen items that schools can use all year round.
The Puget Sound Food Hub is piloting a pretty simple wash, cut, and pack program right now, targeting customers that may or may not have the resources, the labor, the capacity, or equipment to do that processing themselves, to turn whole vegetables into servable products. So school districts, institutions, even some retail accounts have been our first wins with that processing program.
In many ways, food hubs and institutions speak different languages. So a farmer and an institution speak very different languages. Kitchen Sink's role in the Northwest Food Hub Network is to serve as a broker. Our mission is to help people and institutions be in relationship with their food and farmers. And we do that by supporting farmers and food hubs, businesses that are connected to a lot of farms, to bring their products to institutions across the country.
The Northwest Food Hub Network, and specifically the Puget Sound Food Hub, have made it easier to buy local foods because we get one invoice, we have one contract, and it makes those kind of business operations a lot easier. You know, besides the easy logistics, we're able to get some good quality food that we might not otherwise be able to get.
We're talking about millions of dollars in sales generated for our network producers since the start of this nascent network just a couple of years ago. I think it was our aligned principles, that alignment across our food hub was really empowering to try and, not to say it humbly, but to change the food system, right? Some real hard work has been put in to develop a model that can be decentralized, owned by the people growing the food, taking care of the land, by envisioning that type of a model, right? The farmers, the owners of our cooperatives who are working the land have democratic control over the distribution process, which is rare and maybe non-existent on a large scale.
In recent years, we've seen food hub networks emerging all across the country. I was really fortunate last year to launch a community of practice where I get to connect regularly with our peers everywhere from New Hampshire to the Mid-Atlantic, South Carolina, all the way out to Hawaii, California, Oregon. What I've learned in talking to these other networks is that our cooperative basis makes us unique. We have a certain degree of cohesion, a closeness. The way that we work together, it's really a deep form of collaboration that allows us to innovate together, to share knowledge, and to ultimately serve our producers and their communities better.